Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I want to do a little bit of a life update and announcement. If you guys aren't interested in more personal videos, then feel free to go ahead and click off this video. So as many of you may know, because I did a TBR for it, I had surgery the end of September. All of you guys were super supportive about that. It was a very scary experience and something I never want to have to repeat ever again. Surgery is horrible. And my surgery was a lot more major than I thought going into it. After surgery, people were like, oh, that's a major surgery. And I'm like, thanks, yay, because yeah, it was intense. And I thought, and I had announced in that video, that the surgery was gonna happen and that everything from then on out would be fine. That actually turned out not to be the case. What they thought we were doing surgery for ended up being something different. I'm being purposely vague because my whole life has been medical issues for the past couple of months, and I want to share with you guys, but I also don't want constant bombardment of questions or anything else revolving around this medical thing. So I'm keeping it vague because I don't feel like sharing what specifically it is right now, but I do want to tell you that something is going on with me medically. Like I said, you guys were so supportive during surgery and after surgery and continue to be, and you guys have been awesome, and the whole BookTube community has been amazing for this experience. I cannot imagine what I would have done without you guys. Having medical problems and surgery and everything like that is very alienating, and while I have an amazing support system in my everyday life, I also don't know what I would have done without you guys. Surgery is a very depressing time, and recovering from surgery and then what I'm going through now is also something that is not the most positive experience in my life, so you guys really help me to stay positive and are that kind of shining light in my darker moments. So with what they discovered during surgery, I am currently undergoing procedures and treatments and stuff like that to take care of this current medical issue. I'm fortunate enough to live very close to Philadelphia, so the doctors I'm seeing are in Philadelphia, and that is an amazing experience because honestly, big metropolitan areas just tend to have really excellent medical care, and that is what I'm receiving. And I've gotten very good news as far as the prognosis and everything, and just kind of, it's a matter of right now in my life, this is my life, and this is what I have to deal with, and this is what's going on moving forward. So because of these medical issues, as you guys might have noticed, or maybe you didn't, I have been a little bit slower with responding to comments because there are times when I am just not available. There are times when I am not feeling well and just can't respond to comments, that I can't be responsive, I can't be upbeat, I'm just kind of not feeling well. And there is just a lot of time that's being sucked up by this. But as I said, my channel and you guys have been some of my biggest supports, and it still brings me a lot of joy in a time, like I said, that can be very, very negative. So I want to continue working on my channel, even though there's things happening in my life that are making it hard for me to work and have made me put grad school on hold for now. I am going to be starting grad school again, but I'm on hold for now. I'm on kind of a medical leave. And as far as work has been very good as well. As some of you may know, I am a full-time adoption caseworker, and so work has been really good about working around my schedule, but again, because of procedures and treatments and just not feeling well and whatever, there are times when I can't work. But through all of that, I do want to keep my channel because, as I said, it's just good for my mental health. It's something I love, and it's something to show me that I am more than my sickness at this time. So if you would like, you can now support me on Patreon. So Patreon has been described to me before as a tip jar for creative people, for artists, for content creators, for musicians, for anybody who is putting out content into the world. Patreon can be used as a tip jar for those individuals. So before we go any further, nothing on my channel is changing. None of my content is going to be required to be paid for. Patreon is not required at all, and my content will stay the same, and my video upload schedule will stay the same. I'm not requiring anybody to do anything to see my content at all. It is still going to be the exact same. So if you are not interested in supporting me, or you can't, or whatever the case may be, do not worry, my videos will be here on YouTube the same. But if you are interested, you can go to my Patreon page and pledge an amount, whatever amount you choose. $1 is what it starts at. You can do whatever else you want. Again, I'm not asking for anything. But if you enjoy my videos and you enjoy my channel and you enjoy the things I do and the book talks and the reviews and everything else, and you would like to pledge an amount, that is totally fine, and you can do that over on Patreon. I will leave all the links for it down below. On Patreon, a lot of content creators do have different things where if you pledge a little bit more, you can get additional perks and stuff. I'm not really sure what to do with that at this point. Like I said, I'm just putting it out there as like an online tip jar, but I'm thinking that there are things that I could potentially do. So if you guys are going to be a Patreon supporter or anything like that, or you just have some ideas, feel free to leave them down below and I will look at them. I am really interested in possibly doing a live show once a month if I'm feeling up to it, with people who do support me on Patreon, and kind of doing a live show and talking about whatever topics people are interested in me talking about. And those topics could be basically anything book related or other hobbies or whatever. So that's an option. There's a lot of other things people do with Patreon. I am very unfamiliar with Patreon. I just recently kind of discovered what it was and how it works and everything. So if you guys have any ideas for what I can do further with Patreon, feel free to leave them down below. In addition to that, also, I do want to have a more personal channel. I've been talking about this for a while. Even before all of this happened, I'm interested in creating a personal channel with all of the other stuff not related to books. So as I said, this channel will stay the same regardless of what I do. The upload schedule will stay the same, everything will stay the same, but I'm also interested in doing a personal channel with more vlog style videos, with more advice videos, with kind of talking about what's going on with this medical thing, because a lot of people have medical problems, not just even the same thing as mine, but just in general, and just talking about that. And there's a lot of things that are coming up, and as you guys know, because I do book chats, I love discussing things, and I want to be able to discuss this with people, but I don't want to do it here because I do want to leave this as a book channel and kind of as an escape for times when I can't talk about stuff. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to leave this here as this is books, this is an escape, this is my love and my passion, but I also want to talk about some of my other loves and passions, games, advice, stuff about career stuff about mental health, everything like that. So I also am going to be starting a personal channel at some point, and you can also support that if you do want to support me doing a personal channel. Again, that's something that does take time, and I'm not sure how it's going to fit in completely yet, but I did want to say if you guys are interested, I've heard people asking for it. People have said they would love to see a personal channel or love to see makeup videos or love to see anything like that. So I am going to do that. I have heard you, and I am very interested in doing that and kind of showing, again, like daily life stuff and whatever, my cats, everything on that channel. So that is something that's going to be coming in the future once I figure out if that's something that is feasible for me to do and everything, and kind of how that fits into my schedule with everything. I'm starting to finally kind of get in the schedule with everything medically, so I think moving forward it'll be a little easier because I'll know kind of what to expect day to day, week to week, month to month, stuff like that. Again, in case it wasn't clear, Patreon is not at all a requirement. All of my content here will stay the same, will stay free. It is not required. I'm not asking anybody to pledge anything. It is there if you want to support me. If you don't, or if you can't, or if you don't have the financial means, that is fine. I just want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for being super supportive of me during this time. Your kind words are amazing and just bring me a lot of joy, and I just love discussing things with you guys. Love all of the really positive energy I've gotten from you, as well as just being able to come here and to kind of escape from the kind of stuff that's going on in my life and talk about books and talk about fictional characters and talk about ships and talk about everything and get very invested in that, because like I said, it's a huge escape for me and I really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much. I honestly don't know what I would do without you guys at this time of my life. I love you all so much, and I constantly feel your love and support so often. So thank you so much. I love you all so much, and my next video will be back to my regularly scheduled content. So links for everything will be down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys soon. Bye!